All right, another feature on the Familiar Faces video that we're doing here in the 2025 World Jet Boat Marathon, brought to you by Bonnet's Energy Corp. We run into James Murdoch, another familiar face over here in Canada. You brought a huge contingency of just pleasure boaters. You guys brought 4 your own boats, about 2 dozen Kiwis running around the waters. You guys are having a blast.
Yeah, we are. We brought 18 of us over here, 4 boats. We managed to pack 4 boats into a sea can. And we've boated a lot of the rivers. Done about probably 25 hours boating up to today. We've been in the Upper Red Deer River, Brazoo, North Saskatchewan, Clearwater, and then obviously we've been following the event.
You guys have been tickling into the Rocky Mountains there in central and northern Alberta. That sounds like beautiful country you've been hitting in Brazoo and Rocky Mountain Host.
Yeah, it's great country, yeah, and it's spectacular. A lot of the people on our trip haven't been here before, so it's good to show them around. We've had a lot of help from the Canadians as well.
Nice. The South Island of New Zealand reminds me so much of my home country of Canada right here, but what's the biggest difference? Just a lot bigger here in Canada.
Yeah, the water's a lot bigger than what we're used to here. So, and our little boats are only 4.8 metres long. They're regarded as quite a small boat over here. Yeah. So we do bounce around a bit, but we can get in the back channels and have some fun.
I saw some videos, you guys having some fun jumping beaver dams and whatnot.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not sure whether it's politically correct, but yes, we have been experiencing that.
It's so funny. I could point you guys out in the crowd because when you guys show up to the pits here at the top side of the bottom side of the event, it's like there's the Kiwis, because you mentioned your guys' boats are a little bit smaller and it sticks out. Like you could always see you guys zipping around. They're bloody fast, but smaller than the big family boats we have over here.
Yeah, they are a lot smaller. Like we boat in a lot of shallow water in New Zealand. The 15-degree hulls, 4.8 metres, which ours are, they're regarded as a big boat in New Zealand. But no, they're good boats.
So you guys are having a ton of fun pleasure boating over here, but we're actually featuring you as a familiar face because of your history in jet boat racing. You're no stranger to world champs. You won 2 world marathons yourself. You've come and competed in Canada a few times. Talk about some of the highlights in your history of racing.
Yeah, well, probably won in the New Zealand Marathon in 2010 was 2009. Sorry, wasn't it? 2009 was amazing to win on your home soil, and then to defend it in Mexico against a lot of the Canadians, and Ryan Ringer was down there from America as well. He had his turbine boat down there. He had a bit of trouble getting it started though. And then we come up here in 2011, and that's when we broke the engine. I'd since sold the boat then to a guy, Cameron Moore, that's now passed.
Yeah, and Cameron Moore was a heck of a racer himself. He came over here and competed in FX, and he was a bad fast racer on Limited in New Zealand. That was the first time you and I crossed paths with Hay River in 2011. You're running a very cool setup A-boat, and I went around asking the organizers, who do I interview? You know, who's going to be a sharp end of the stick this year? And they said, well, that guy's got defending, world champ. We better interview him a few times. And you brought a pretty cool Ford A-powered, pretty big block, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a small block Ford that was originally based around a NASCAR engine. But yeah, no, it was very competitive, lightweight, very nimble. But we did struggle a bit on the bigger water over here in Canada.
What do you notice in the big difference here in the A class, what you used to compete on in 2025?
They've probably become a little bit more reliable. Like it was pretty competitive when we were back in A class, and everyone was they were smashing the engines left, right, and centre. So the guys now, they seem to have a lot more reliable engines.
So Ethan Smith, Tom Kelly running that 377 A class boat from your home country in New Zealand. It kind of sounds high-strung. They can turn that thing at big RPM and different things like that. Is that a pretty cool piece? Have you looked pretty closely at that?
That's a well-rounded package, that. Very nice package, yeah.
How do you think it'll do back in New Zealand? There's talks that Tom might ship it back your way after this marathon.
Oh, I think it'll be very competitive New Zealand rivers, yeah. That's the sort of style of boating. I mean, there's still the turbines there as well for the bigger water and everything like that, but that will be very competitive in a low New Zealand river.
Awesome. Well, James Murdoch, thanks so much for coming and bringing all your friends. Pleasure boating. Like, every time I go up the river, I see these guys, huge smiles on their faces. They're having a great time in Canada.
Thanks very much.
Awesome, James. Thanks.